Hello, my friends. Happy New Year. 欢迎又来到308高地，每个礼拜四的晚上7点半，我们会更新集数哈。在308高地，我们以台湾为中心，关心着台湾相关的地缘政治、军事外交，或者是与台湾安全相关的议题。那每一集我们都邀请到好朋友、专家来这边，用他们的角度来破题。也许在308高地，我们也许没法谈得很全面或者够深入，但透过这些议题的导入呢，可以让不管你是在台湾或者在其他的国家，当你关心的这个区域的安全或台湾的相关议题的时候，可以得到一点点像窗户一样，可以看到这个世界哈。那我们308高地呢，每个礼拜四播出，那也希望你现在不管是透过三立的94要客诉，我们要谢谢三立提供这么好的棚哈，而且还跟我们联播。如果你经过三立94要客诉看到我们，记得搜索一下308高地。订阅、按赞、分享、开启小铃铛，你的订阅会让我们得到很大的鼓励。你的订阅也可以让更多人接触到我们的频道。那也谢谢今天电视台也同时跟我们联播。而在我们播出的时候，所有的donate，所有你捐出来的款项，我们分毫都不会拿来用在节目里面，全数留在账户里。等到国军弟兄姐妹因为演训或任务发生了我们不想看到的事情的时候，我们会全数把它用在上面哈。也谢谢方老板哈，这个统一数位，我要看一下，统一数位，对，他是一个翻译专家哈，他每个月都协助我们赞助我们这一个摄影棚的需求，特别谢谢方大哥。那今天我们邀请到的来宾，我们要改成英文模式，English version。
Yes.
So, I'm so happy to have these two friends join our program, discuss issue related to Taiwan security or defense. They are truly experts in this category. First, Tony Hu, former Pentagon official in charge of China and Taiwan affairs, former general manager of Raytheon Taiwan, and he's my old friend. Some people think he is Taiwanese. I think he is, but actually he is American. So Tony, say hello to my audience, my friends here. Okay, my second guest here is Uncle Topher. He is my neighbor. He lives in Kaohsiung. I live in Tainan. Just a street, a river separates us. U.S. Army veteran, Iraq War participant, and YouTuber Uncle Topher. Try to subscribe his channel. And sometimes he is a little bit lazy to renew. Sometimes.
Usually.
So Topher, say hello to our friends here.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like.
Yeah. And you know, in the past, our Hanguang military exercise, the army in Taiwan, their role is waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting enemy reach near to the beachhead.
Yeah.
Then you have your role, waiting. But now, if they have these attackers, they are going to support Air Force and the Navy because they can use their long distance precision rocket to deter first strike. So the role is totally different.
It's totally different. If you look at HIMARS, even with this rocket, the rocket coverage, where it has one that's cluster mission. Yeah. So as the ship come in, try to offload their things, it covers the entire area with just the rockets. So ATACM's long range, but the rockets, 75 kilometers, 50 kilometers. So anywhere we call anchorage, where they want to outflow, you can cover the whole area.
And imagine the quantity. What does the strategic meaning for 111?
Right. Yeah,
HIMARS.
it's a lot.
It is a lot.
And
Yeah.
these are mobile. They can hide in the trees. You know, it's not easy to find, and so they're survivable.
HIMARS survival ratio is high.
It's very
Very
high.
As I recall, in Ukrainian battle, only 1 or 2 HIMARS got destroyed by Russia.
Yeah.
So Topher, you're a soldier. So what's your point of view about this historical high package, and it's majorly related to Army, and they try to modernize Taiwan's C2 command and control system.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up
Yeah.
because that's a big aspect of it.
I think the most
C2.
meaningful is that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the technical mission network, the C2.
Yeah.
It helps all these systems talk to each other. And with the longer range with the artillery, in the U.S. we call the artillery the king of battle, right? And it very much is. The HIMARS gives Taiwan's army the ability to do a couple of things, not only just counterfire, but create that space that you were mentioning. So even Chinese air defense capabilities need to be further away from the Chinese coast. Otherwise, they're going to be in range of the HIMARS, of the ATACMS. And the HIMARS has that ability by itself to do that layered defense with the different munitions that it can
Yep.
use. The other artillery system, the self-propelled howitzers, the Paladin, M109A7s, they're good. They're solid.
Yeah.
You know, they're
They
probably
have some package
yeah.
to go along with the shell
That's right.
can shift a little.
Yeah.
To make it, the precision higher.
Yeah, the Excalibur, very
Yeah.
accurate.
They're really good for defending like a known area. So like Taiwan's red beaches, it's the great system for that, for defending a beach incursion. The artillery shells, they're capable of doing air burst.
Yeah.
So they'll actually explode up in the air and rain the shrapnel down in a cone-shaped area. So they can have a very effective area of effect on anyone trying to take a beach.
Yeah.
The other aspects that I think are really great are all the TOWs and the javelins, those man-held systems, man-portable systems. These are anti-tank systems. Okay, this is part of Taiwan's porcupine strategy.
Yeah.
And they can be hidden all over the island. You can have guys in a truck. It doesn't have to be a Humvee. It doesn't have to be a military Humvee. And it could be loaded with javelin missiles.
Yes.
It can take down all the amphibious tanks and infantry fighting vehicles that China would attempt to use. So very easy to hide, very survivable. All these systems that we talked about are very mobile. They can fire and then move.
Yeah.
And they're very effective at defense. It's great stuff for Taiwan. It's exactly what Taiwan needed, in my opinion. The good thing, one of the really good things about the Paladins, those M109A7s, is that they have a very strong logistic chain, the strongest in the world. Now, you might say that, oh, Korea's got a better artillery. And I would say, yeah, you're right. But the A7, the Paladin, it's much cheaper for what you get, right? The CP value is higher.
Yeah. CP value is high, and it's the same equipment like our major airlines, United States.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, so the logistics on it is easy. There's an abundance of spare parts and maintenance and people who are very good experts at how to operate this system and can train people up. So I think it's the best fit for Taiwan out of all of the artillery systems out there.
Yeah, we will talk about some individual equipments more later, but I want to have your opinion about this C2 system.
I'm glad I was about to talk more about it. I'm glad.
TAK, and the Taiwan Tactical Network, TTN. That way, in Taiwan, our Air Force, they have modern C2 battlefield management system.
Right.
Long time ago. Our Navy, they have those kind of system long time ago. And not only they can, respond fast enough and to realize where is your assets. But our Army, they are still using papers and chalk to draw it. So this time, we can have COP, by text. We have TTN. We can connect from the individual soldiers, fire unit, to command post, to commander to soldiers. What you see, everybody see in a commanding post. That's a huge step to move forward. So, and there is a potential. My position, I only can say possibility. Potential possibilities to connect Taiwan Army and our allies. Because we are using the same C2 system. That can become one system under one command chain. And Japan, they have proposed one theater and one C2 system. And Indo-PACOM, Admiral Paparo, they say one theater, one C2 system. And now Taiwan got approved to procure this TAK or TTM from United States. So what's your point of view?
This is critical. This is what we call a force multiplier. It takes the assets that you already have, the weapon systems you already have, and make them that much more effective. The artillery, the HIMARS, the Paladins, they need to know what they're shooting at. They need a forward observer. Now F-16s can be a forward observer. American satellites can be that forward observer. And they can just talk directly to each other.
They can link.
They can link it together. They can talk directly, give exact coordinates. They can coordinate the information, because there's always what we call the fog of war. Right? We're not sure exactly what's happening. The situation is always changing all the time. And trying to eliminate that fog of war and get a clear picture allows commanders, even small level commanders, company commanders, to put the assets where they need to be. Right? And so that's those advanced C2 systems are critical to making the most out of the weapon systems that you have.
When you served in Iraq, what's the C2 system and how the BMS command?
We had a couple of them. One of them I can't remember.
Palm device or something?
Oh, well, I mean, we still learned pen and paper.
Okay.
And it's good to know that. It's good to be trained on that.
That's the best you need to know.
Well, you never know what'll happen, but it became, we used, I can't remember the exact name of it.
Did you use Epilar?
No. It's like MLS Lite, something like that. I forget.
That's the individual.
Yeah. And then we actually took a civilian system, which is used for following truckers when they drive trucks all around the U.S., and we adapted it to our. It's called like Blue Force tracking. Is what we ended up calling it. Yeah. So Blue Force Tracker. And but that was still developing when I was in there. This was 2005, so 20 years ago. Okay, a lot of it was still just radios, and sometimes, many times, I got a lot of stories I can tell about how the communications would go down, or other allied units wouldn't have the right frequency, wouldn't be talking to each other, would take a dangerous route, or maybe it was like the Iraqi police were trying to connect with us, and we'd have to switch to something like cell phones. So there was. I could talk for hours about how important it is.
You have hours. So, Tony said, those systems can talk to each other.
Right.
That means amongst units. But if this each other means some foreign allies.
Forces.
What's the meaning? And, I think TAK and TTN is a good start. But only start, because we need something more, like CETAware. We need some processor, battle management system, or something like Latix from Enduro, or CETAware like NATO they are using, and Ukraine they are using now. So to using all this modern technology to modernize our army, make our each fire unit connect with each eyes, radars, sensors, and the commanding post processor can do the command effectively, can do the control effectively. So, what this part in this arm cell meaning to Taiwan? Tony?
Like both you and Topher said, this is the most important part of the arms shop package, more important than like HIMARS or M109A7. This system can bring synergy from all of your weapon systems.
Yeah.
Okay, it creates a situation where it is 1 + 1 = 3. So it allows better coordination of fire, where you can focus your energy on point of contact. Okay, you don't have your forces spread out, worrying, oh, enemies might be coming here, I have to be here. No, enemies here. Because of the information, you focus your power at where the point of contact, so you don't waste your people standing there waiting for something while people over here needs help.
And don't let 2 fire units to shoot the
Shoot
same
at the
target.
Same target, yeah. And also deconfliction, fratricide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
These are the things that will give you that deconfliction, where people knows their own mission. Okay, I got this. You go do that. Okay. So this system is a good investment. It's an investment Taiwan needed for a long time, as you mentioned.
Yeah, we want this for a long time, and we don't have enough money. So sometimes Army always be sacrificed because Air Force or Navy is critical.
If you look at this package, in a congressional notification, this thing is the most expensive one. This is a $1 billion notification just for this tactical system.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of increasing defense budget.
Right, you can do this.
If we expand our defense budget, we can procure something we need for a long time. That's the items for this package.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So TMN.
Yeah.
Taiwan Battle Management
actually
Network.
It's not. I thought it's the most expensive.
$1 billion
US dollar.
$1 billion
right?
US dollars.
Yeah.
And this is only a start. Then we need something like IBCS. We need something like latex.
Yeah,
we
the
need AI.
overarching.
We need guard points of view.
Exactly.
To overwatch the battlefield. That will make our defense more lethal. More effective.
More cost effective too.
Yeah. So besides this TAK and TDN, Artillus 700M.
Right.
Yeah,
600M.
Yeah.
I will say let's start. This is Army stuff to anti-tank. But last time me and Topher, we go to have a watch in Taipei, the exhibition. Artillus, a triangle, torpedo-like, the intelligence mine, and some low-cost, precision, long-range missiles, anti-ships.
It's loitering too.
Yeah, loitering too.
So it can just stay up there until it finds the target.
So if you look at this, it's related to anti-amphibious attack.
Yes.
Anti-tank. For example, AH-1W. Now we have AH-64.
Right.
But AH-1W is old. We need to extend the service lifetime.
Yeah. But Cobra is excellent, especially for Taiwan, where it's mountainous, because
they deploy just near my office in Tainan.
Yeah, because they can hide behind the terrain, pop up, shoot, and go down. This is not good in a desert environment, but in Taiwan's environment, Cobra's excellent.
I thought for a while that with drones, that attack helicopters were going to be phased out, that they're not necessary anymore. But then I started to see a lot of footage in Ukraine where they were using attack helicopters and just helicopters with door gunners to shoot down the glide drones, those cheap Shahed drones. Shahed, I'm not sure. Shahed. Anyways, those glide drones. What China would probably use something similar. Glide drones coming in. They're not very smart. They can only go to
something like a machine gun to shoot down those drones.
Yeah, but the Cobra would be a great defense against those drones. Cobra's also really good at anti-tank as well.
Yeah.
And like Tony said, Taiwan's a great environment for attack helicopters. Helicopters are great at hiding behind hills and mountains and then popping up when you need them and going away.
The turrets of Taiwan, we have an advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend that Taiwan buy more Cobras, but I think it's smart to buy the maintenance package to keep the ones that they have running.
There is a sequence.
Yeah.
Our allies in the United States, they say, you cannot control the air. So if you procure so many helicopters, major tank, PLA, they dominate in air, they're going to kill everything like this. Yeah. So you need asymmetric capacity.
Yeah.
I agree part of this, but there is a dome. We have so many defense missiles can create a space. Maybe Taiwan, we cannot dominate this air, but
they
cannot either.
Yeah.
Russia and Ukraine is a great example.
That is the key point. When I hear people talk about, China is going to control the air and the sea. No. Just because Taiwan can't totally control. They can't either because Taiwan's surface-to-air missile.
We need to, we need to remind this, put a bookmark for our friends watching our show. Even Taiwan cannot control our air. Doesn't mean China control the air.
Exactly. Or the sea.
Yeah.
Or the sea because, when they don't have freedom of action in the air or the sea, they don't control it. In Iraq, United States had control of the air because Iraqi airplane wasn't flying, and we can do whatever we want. We had the freedom of action. China will not be able to get the freedom of action. They come over, they're gonna get shut down. Yeah. So they don't have control of the air just because Taiwan might not have control of the air because Taiwan can't fly the airplane all the time, but China don't have control. It's not equal. Doesn't mean Taiwan don't have control, China have control. No, it's not equal.
And Topher said we need more like this AH-1W or AH-64E, but it's expensive. In Taiwan, our spatial tolerance is our advantage.
Oh yeah.
Our tree tips, our little hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can use that as a cover.
They hide.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Taiwan needs more AH-1 Cobras. I think it's good that they have the ones that they have them, and I think it's great that they're keeping them flying.
Of course, and H1Z is much better.
Yeah, that's true.
If we can have that.
But I think Taiwan is in a great position, like we talked about before, to develop its own drone systems that can fly up there with TOW missiles and other weapon systems that can, the great thing about these is not only can you fly these systems up, you can hide them and then fly them up, you're not putting a pilot in danger. And the training time is much faster, especially with today's youth that grew up playing video games. It's a lot easier for them to fly a drone than to learn how to fly a helicopter.
Yeah. So you mentioned drone. Later we will talk about 2026 NDAA.
Okay.
And before that, I would like to ask one question about denial defense. What's the denial defense? And to compare with the traditional deterrence models and the real operational terms. So, Tony.
Well, the denial deterrence focuses on getting the enemy to think they won't win no matter what, okay? Get them to think there are so much factors against them, such as the weather, the terrain, the coalition forces, that you basically deny them even the thought of starting something, of winning, that they can win. Now, traditional deterrence, it's usually a cost benefit. Okay, if I go attack Taiwan, I'm going to lose 200 airplanes, 100 ships, and maybe 50,000 people. Okay, it's worth it. Let's do it.
That's traditional.
It's traditional. It's a cost factor, cost benefit factor. Now, denial is trying to get them to think in the very beginning that there's no chance of winning. Don't start. There is no way, no matter how much resources put on it, you just can't win. So don't start. So that's the two differences.
Okay, so Topher.
Yeah, so typically the idea of deterrence has been used in like Tony said, like a punishment. Maybe those are sanctions, it's an economic punishment, or if we do this, if we invade Kuwait, then the U.S. is going to attack us. You know, it's a punishment, but it doesn't really stop the action from happening. The denial idea is to make it too costly to even do it in the first place.
Yeah.
That the chances of success are not guaranteed.
Yeah, this concept brought by Paparo.
Right.
Admiral Paparo. And Paparo, I think he's a soldier with philosophy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He described the hell-like war zone in Taiwan Strait, and we are already under the sea, on the surface, in air. We are near Taiwan. We are everywhere. And he brought this concept, this denial defense, to remind Beijing.
Yeah.
Not today. Don't do something stupid.
You can't win.
Yeah, you cannot win.
Yeah. Don't like it'll cost you too much.
Yeah.
That all this military buildup that you've had, you're going to be facing 10,000 sea drones.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be landmines.
We cannot rely on Beijing or Xi Jinping's reason, because sometimes autocracy is something beyond our imagination.
Well, and we don't know if he might be getting bad information.
Yeah, like Putin.
Well, yes.
Putin in Moscow think he could conquer Ukraine within 72 hours. That's a joke now. And if he could realize at the very first time,
very beginning, later,
it's going to take my 3 years, and I cannot even conquer Donbass. Maybe there won't be a war at the very beginning. Yeah.
That's the danger when dictators surround themselves with yes men. You know, and the bad thing is Xi Jinping is doing that right now. All these military professional generals being removed because they say, hey, we can't do it. You know, gone. Next guy. Oh, yeah, we can do it. When you surround yourself with yes men, then that check is gone. Yeah. And everybody say, well, we can do it. Let's go.
That's the difference between autocracy and democracy. Because
absolutely.
Democracy, okay, ruling party, even you think they all are yes men, but you have opposition party. They can provide different opinion. But in autocracies, no yes man will survive. No man will be killed.
Right.
Even just having the freedom of the press. And the freedom of speech. The people themselves can say, hey, this is a bad idea. They can't say that in China or in Russia.
If we all agree, Tony say, someone is surrounded by yes men, that will be dangerous for himself.
Right.
And the democracy won't deny that kind of possibilities, but autocracy will create that kind of environment. So that's what we believe in, why we believe in democracies. So we move to NDAA 2026.
Okay.
In my point of view, there are 4 major things that we can talk about this. First, this 2026 NDAA, signed by Trump, now it's effective now, and it requests United States to establish a supply chain of drone and anti-drone in Taiwan. And second, require United States to provide training program, Coast Guard, bilateral or multilateral exercise for Taiwan Coast Guard, United States Coast Guard, or Japanese Coast Guard, Philippine Coast Guard, even Australian Coast Guard. The third part will be military training, provide more and a larger scale of military training program for Taiwan by United States. And this NDA also provide FMS for grants, 1 billion to Taiwan. And this remind me, your friends provide 1 billion for free to you, and our 2 opposition parties still blockade our own regular defense budget and the special budget. It doesn't make any sense. So, let Topher do it first. What do you see through this 2026 NDAA?
Yeah, I think that Trump is, and the U.S. in general, the Trump administration in the U.S. is really leaning in to that idea of the agile combat employment, right? They're arming up the second island chain, putting in a lot of effort into Guam, and coordinating efforts with Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines. So, and the development of new systems is happening rapidly, especially with some really exciting new companies. We talked a little bit about Anduril before.
And more than that.
Yeah, yeah, that's just one of the companies.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, they have a headquarters now in Taipei. They have one in Tokyo. They have a manufacturing center in Australia. You know, their whole concept is providing precision weapons at low-cost manufacturing. So that type of development is moving away from the idea of super expensive precision strikes and adding to into precision, but with quantity, like swarm attacks, right? I think that's a perfect strategy. Great. And the U.S. is also investing in developing in systems like Rapid Dragon. This is that palletized drop system. So any cargo aircraft, even a helicopter,
bomb truck.
like a Chinook, it could be a cruise missile bomber. Yeah, so there's a lot of really smart, common sense things that are happening here, and all of it is focused on deterring China from expanding out into the first island chain. U.S. is not developing all these systems to deal with cartels in South America. They're not doing it to deal with Russia. This is completely designed. All of this that we've been talking about is completely designed to deter China and establish that peace through strength ideology.
Yeah, in Taiwan, some experts said, based on NDA 2026 and United States' latest NSS National Security Strategy, Trump administration, they are working on a map of security, and Taiwan is on the major position of this map. I think it's correct.
I think so.
Yeah, and even Tony think, you know, the overmatch brief is some. I agree with that. Something related to budget, but he provides some question. For example, China has a lot of low-cost ammunition, drones, missiles, rockets, and they are already in position. And this overwhelming ammunition readiness will create some, some to prevent United States provide some kind of help, or from Japan, now A to AD. That's the question introduced by overmatch brief, but the answer provided by NSS. NSS say we need to produce more low-cost, high-precision, and the disposal deployment in this region.
Yeah, that's spread out.
Yeah.
Spread it out in this region.
Yeah.
So NSS is some kind of answer to the overmatch brief.
Did you notice NSS also used the word overmatch, except you said United States need to maintain an overmatch capability against China.
So the overmatch brief is some request for money, and the NSS is the answer. What we need the money for.
To maintain an overmatch against China, right?
So I would like to hear your opinion about this NDAA.
So this whole concept, basically, NDAA is counting on allies and friends in addition to the United States. So we want our allies and friends to also build up the capability to add to this overmatch, the capacity that we want to have. And specifically for Asia, Indo-Pacific region, certainly we are talking about building more alliance linkage and create that one battlefield, one battle space concept, and everybody working together with one objective. Right? And I think it's becoming clearer and clearer. There's only one objective, which is deter China, because that's what Korea needs, what Japan needs, what Taiwan needs, what Philippines needs, and all these little countries in South China Sea needs is to deter China, stop China from imposing its will by force on these countries. So that's a common objective, and that's what the United States is trying to do under the NSS.
So, Taiwan, we cannot only count on our allies' help. Taiwan's own readiness and the internal defense is also important. So even with stronger United States support, much depends on Taiwan ourselves. So, from from hybrid warfare, some disinformation, hybrid, cognitive warfare, and to manpower and training. A lot of rumor, gossip, a lot of sabotage try to weaken Taiwan ourselves, self-defense, determination. So, in your opinion, what's the most urgent gaps Taiwan still needs to close to be taken fully seriously as a denial defense partner? So, Tony.
Cognitive warfare. It's in the mind.
Yeah, it's about mind.
It's mind. It's about determination to defend yourself. What I worry the most, what I worry the most? The young people in Taiwan, not just now, many people in Taiwan, because DPP has been in charge for so many years, they want a change for the sake of change, not necessarily agreeing with the policy of being pro-China or whatever. But that will create a situation where a policy of pro-China might become the policy of the country because a desire to change. So I think the people of Taiwan, especially young people, where many of them, all they understood was DPP in charge. Let's try something else. The concept of let's try something else is dangerous if you don't understand what that something else is. Okay, so it's so important for people to think about that, to understand if it's not this, and what's the other side that I'm supporting? What is the outcome if I do that? So I think that's the biggest challenge that we face. Overall, I think people still want to have a strong defense, but if during election, people just want to have a change, and that change might turn out to be something they don't want.
I heard the example, young men give this example to me, say, yeah, if you have been eating rice for years, it's boring. I want to change. Yeah, it's okay, but don't change to shit. You can,
I like that.
Yeah, sometimes you want to change. I had this enough. I want something new. I want to try something else. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's kind of mental attitude. It's okay, but no matter how you change, don't change your food to shit.
Go down the hill. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, and so party competition it's normal.
It's normal.
There's no one supposed to be ruling party forever.
Yeah.
But to Taiwan, we have something different with United States.
Right.
Sometimes you make the wrong choice. It's not about 4 years power. Maybe it's about your country survival.
It's a survival issue. So you can't afford to pick the wrong way.
Yeah.
In many countries you can pick the wrong way and you go this way, go that way. In Taiwan, you can't afford to pick the wrong way, because if you pick the wrong way once, that may be the end of this country.
Yeah, so on the other hand, opposition party, if you want to become the ruling party, you need to make our people feel safer.
Safe.
Yeah. You need to do some promise. You will protect this country. Won't let the other country annex this country, even peacefully. There is no peaceful annexation.
Yeah. You lose the entire system of democracy, of voting. Like Hong Kong, they still vote, but they can only vote what Beijing approved.
Somebody they don't like, DQ, disqualified.
Yeah.
So, Topher, what's your point of view about this?
Yeah, I agree that cognitive warfare is very dangerous. And, you know, democracy, it's not a perfect system, but it's the best system that humanity has discovered. There are so many examples of countries that voted in the wrong people, and it went really, really bad for them. Venezuela.
Venezuela, good example.
Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Right? Like it can go really, really bad. So it's very important for the opposition party to be Taiwan first, okay? And to offer something other than
Appeasement of
yeah,
China.
appeasement. That's the right word. Just appeasement. Like, if you're standing up to a bully, right, and if you back down to the bully all the time, you're just going to continue to get bullied. You have to stand up, especially when you have the strongest nations in the world got your back.
Yeah.
And I can understand that a lot of young people out there are upset and even, we call it like disillusioned. They don't know about their future. They're uncertain because AI is coming.
Yeah.
And they don't, well, all this studying that I did, will I be able to actually find a job? Well, you know, this is a problem that the whole world is facing, not just the people of Taiwan. And actually, the youth of Taiwan are in an extremely good position because it's Taiwan that is going to be part of the whole infrastructure for the future, for this AI future.
Yeah.
Taiwan's going to stay rich. It's going to get richer unless you vote wrong.
You know, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang said, Taiwan, Taiwan, and if Taiwan doesn't exist or Taiwan doesn't provide any component help in this supply chain, there won't be AI because AI including in Taiwan.
Yeah, it has to happen. And look, you might not end up being a TSMC engineer. That's fine. You're still free to invest in those companies.
Free. You have right to make your own choice and take a responsibility on your own.
That's right.
That's a difference with autocracy.
Right. You have the free. Well, you know, they think that Elon Musk's SpaceX will be a public company in 2026.
Yeah.
The people in Taiwan have the freedom to invest in companies in other markets outside of Taiwan. Chinese people don't have that.
They don't even have their own right to choose their own leaders.
Right, exactly.
You know, some Chinese guys say, we respect Taiwanese, we will give you a right to make your own choice. We have that already. We don't need to be. We don't need to be you. We have that already.
Exactly.
You don't have to give us. We have it.
So I think they have to be very careful not to give that up. I think that Taiwan can make a couple of improvements as far as you know, fighting that cognitive warfare. They do a good job at fact checking. I honestly don't think that's enough. You know, because the damage is done once someone sees the message. So I think trying to actually get more influencers on the side of Taiwan is important, and especially in the English-speaking world. I also think that the Army, the Marines in general, I'm not so sure about the Air Force and the Navy, but I think that these, we'll just say Taiwan's armed forces, needs to move kind of away from the old style of thinking of just tough it up, suck it up, and understand that the soldiers are a huge asset.
Yes.
Very, very important. People don't want to join a 20-year career if they think they're going to be bullied and abused for 20 years.
Agree.
Right? And doing things like getting rid of easily preventable injuries, dehydration, heat stroke, paying attention to the needs of the soldier, addressing issues of bullying, that type of stuff. I think that needs to be a bigger priority in Taiwan's armed forces, because you need to give the youth a reason to want to be in the military past money. It has to, I mean, obviously pay them well. It's a tough job. But, you know, they want to have the feeling of being valued. And that honor of serving.
To make soldiers, young people, realize they mean something. to this country.
And they do. Not just this country, not just Taiwan.
To the world.
It's the front line of the entire world.
Yeah.
The free world depends on Taiwan's military and Taiwan's youth to join up and serve. And, you know, there's a lot of young men and women out there who want to do that.
Yeah, we are at the best moment in history.
Yeah.
Look at what's the change in Japan. Look at the first island chain. Look at the arms sale. Look at those items our allies, they are willing to provide. Look at G7, G20, all kind of international meetings. Taiwan's security and stability always comes to the top 3 issue.
Yep.
It's never happened before.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have the brightest moment this time, and inside we have so huge challenging situation we need to deal with. So, you know, I heard a sentence from John Bolton. Maybe this sentence is from Reagan. He said, you know, strength is not provocative. Weakness is.
Right.
Right.
Very. Yeah.
Some people think, you don't want to provoke China. Don't buy weapons. Don't make friends with your allies. Keep yourself vulnerable. Make Chinese happy. Once you can be take over like this, they're going to do that.
Oh yeah.
Strength is not provocative.
No.
Weakness is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, I would like to ask you to give us some few words to take away. You know, we are going to finish our recording today. You know, we talk about, you know, the strategy shift, and we talk about the NSS, NDAA, or overmatch brief.
Yeah.
We talk about the historical largest arms sale package approved by Trump. So through this, and then we talk about you know, the hybrid warfare and by China. We talk about the denial strategy. So if you have a couple minutes to give your words to Taiwanese people or to our allies, what you want to say, Tony?
You know, because of China's aggressiveness, right now, Taiwan, the Republic of China on Taiwan, is becoming so well known, so well liked in the world. It has, like you said, it has never been like that before. And in addition, because of China's aggressiveness, the entire region is united together against China in accordance with their own national interest, and they see Taiwan as a part of that overall place that can contribute to their national interest. Just like Japan said, something happened to Taiwan, it's going to happen to Japan. So it's so important for Taiwan to take advantage of that situation, to promote Taiwan's own freedom and democracy and the core value of Taiwan that have been upholding, and match that with the freedom-loving country, the 志同道合, those countries, so that like-minded countries, so that Taiwan's strength is not only your own strength, but the global strength, and that becomes a denial deterrence, so that Taiwan can continue to maintain a very peaceful and free and democratic society.
And we hope that society can be passed on to my son, my grandson, and eternity.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
That's our responsibility for this generation. So Topher, what's your words to our people or our allies?
I think Taiwan is in a situation where they have enormous opportunity over the next couple of years. We talked about how Taiwan can increase its defense budget, use that to build an industry within Taiwan, an industry that can not only protect Taiwan, but also strengthen its ties with its powerful neighbors and with the United States. Taiwan's also at the cusp of a huge technological leap that is about to take place, that's going to affect the entire world, all of humanity. And Taiwan is at the center of that. So ensuring to keep Taiwan free, voting smart, serving your nation, this is a critical time to do that. And it's a time where Taiwan, if it makes the right decisions, can become even wealthier, even more important to the entire world. So I would say, use your head, think smart, think critically, make the right choice. Take advantage of this huge opportunity that Taiwan has to build strong allegiances, to stay free, and to be even more prosperous than it already is.
Yeah. So if there's one takeaway from today, it's this. That's my words. Taiwan is no longer being discussed as the problem in Indo-Pacific security, but as part of the solution.
Right.
The United States is not just selling weapons, it's shaping an ecosystem of denial, resilience, and rapid replacement. And that creates opportunity, but also responsibility. Because the deterrence today isn't about promises, it's about preparation. So, and the real question going forward isn't whether the United States will help Taiwan or not, but whether Taiwan can move fast enough to match the strategic moment it's being placed in. So the decision ultimately will be made in Taipei, not Washington, D.C.
Yep. Good.
By ourselves, by Taiwanese, not by our allies.
Very good.
So I'm always, so happy to have you two here. And I even want to pass the position of host to one of you. So 今天很高兴，我们邀请到好朋友 Uncle Topher， 还有老朋友 Tony Hu 来跟我们聊了我们从美国的战略的转移，一直谈到从这史上最大笔的军购案，到台湾自己国防预算内部产生的一些问题，到美国的国防他们的国家安全战略的川普刚宣布的，以及2026年的国防授权法案，川普总统刚签署成为命令的这一些里面谈到，不管是 denial strategy， 我们聊了很多。那最后也请Tony 跟 Topher 给他们一些想法，给台湾的民众或者给我们的友盟们。那真的谢谢 ，Thank you Tony and Topher.
Thank you.
And I hope we can see you, maybe once a month or every week. OK. So 非常谢谢你的收看。如果你还没有订阅，记得订阅、按赞、分享、开启小铃铛。308高地从台湾的视角关心着，不管是军事安全、地缘政治、外交、国安等等。那每一个礼拜我们都邀请到好朋友、专家来分享他们的想法哈。那如果你有任何的意见，也欢迎随时跟我们联络。那也谢谢你的 donate， 谢谢方大哥的赞助哈。我们希望在308高地这个高地上，我们可以仰望，我们可以看着台湾海峡，然后我们台湾的自由、民主、繁荣、富裕可以一直传下去，因为这里不是别人的地方，是我们自己的国家、自己的家园。我们下礼拜四晚上7点半再会，拜拜，
拜拜。